pull up my feed so I can make sure I can see all your comments. All y'all's comments. I'm not from Texas, but all of you all's comments. I'm rolling with it. All right, so we need studio. Yes, I know it's my birthday tomorrow. Go away. Go away. Clear all. Yes. Okay. This YouTube studio. Hi, Judith Ann Jensen Dancer. Nice to see you. And Linda from Texas. See you live. There I am. Joanne, hi. I got your order off. Well, Reagan got your order off this week. All right, I can see you too. All right, we are set. Happy Quilt As You Go Wednesday. Where's Bonnie? She's my biggest Wednesday fan. Hi, Mom. Now my mom is in Texas, so she can say howdy, y'all. That's totally fine. Hi, Jennifer and Becky and Nancy. Hi, Sharon from Branson, Missouri. Thanks for joining me over on Instagram, you guys, so I don't sit there alone. Bonnie, is that you? Hey, sweetheart, I didn't know that your table wasn't sent to you yet. It was sent off yesterday. Apparently, my in-laws in Arizona ordered boxes. They never came from USPS. They found the right size box. It is now on its way to you. Don't panic. I looked for a half hour for your phone number today, and I couldn't find it. So I'm glad you're on. Hi, Fran. How you doing, my friend? Melanie, hello. Oh, good, Melanie. She received her sewing machine ornament. We'll have to place it in a place of honor on the Christmas tree. That is awesome. You guys are funny. Annette from Kansas and Pam Green's on. Hi, guys. All right, for those of you who are just finding me today for the first time, I am Darlene and Faye from Mesa. Hi. I am Darlene from Featherweight Doctor, located in the Seattle, Washington area. Technically, we are in Redmond, Washington, down the street from Microsoft. Ray is on it. If you're on Facebook, she's already... Hi, Kelly and Nisa. Hi, thanks for joining me. And Debbie Boyce is on. Hi, sweetheart. Today it is, and Missy, my buddy Missy, she's my neighbor here in Redmond, Washington. It is drippy today. That is the adjective I'm using to describe the weather. It has been pouring rain all day long. All of the leaves are off of the trees. We went from stunningly gorgeous last week to winter in the Pacific Northwest this week. It's okay. I'll survive. I'm going to go find some sun in December in Arizona. I'm going to do that. Hi, Kathy Heiss. Thanks for joining me. Okay, Bonnie, you are very patient, but you should have called me that you hadn't got it yet because I didn't know. This week is our last sampler week. Yay! This has been the most unexpectedly amazing project for me because this is like me really putting myself out there as a designer for the first time. And I didn't know how you guys were going to respond. And I have been overwhelmed with kind words and affirmation and encouragement that I am on the right track. So thank you all very much for that. It makes my heart happy. Just so you guys notice, if you notice, there's some holes filled in here that we haven't done as a group yet. It's coming, but I couldn't help myself. I had to jump ahead of the group. Look at how these turned out with that ombre fabric. Come on with the colors. I mean, so pretty. So these are our last two squares that we'll do not next week because next week is Thanksgiving and we're not going to do a Quilt As You Go with everybody getting ready for Thanksgiving and stuff the night before. That's just mean. We're not doing that. Carolyn from Iowa, hello. So we are going to do this the week after, in the first week of December. We're going to do these two last setting blocks. Tonight is Payson, Arizona. Payson, Arizona is known as the heart of Arizona. So look what we're doing. Here, go low, Ray. This is the quilting. Don't worry, I am not making everybody do this intricate quilting pattern. I just had to do it. I was having a week and I needed something that makes me happy, and fancy quilting makes me happy. This week's block is super easy. I need everybody to just take a breath here before we get ready to put everything together. Oh, Kelly says, hey, tomorrow is your birthday. It is my birthday. But today is Junebug's birthday. Oh, you're featherweight. That's awesome. Very fun. Wondering if painting. Nice says, is it okay to ask a question? Of course it's okay to ask a question. Wondering if there is info on painting in both Dave McCullum's video and book. There is different information in the video as opposed to the book. The book does give some pretty detailed instructions for painting. I can't remember what the video has in terms of painting. I will say it's different information. It's not the same information. It's different information on the video versus the book. But I don't know how that specifically applies to painting. The video has actually helped me out a couple of times. Sometimes you need to see things demonstrated, and Dave is phenomenal with that. He does have some information. Oh, okay, good. Kelly, thank you. Cool. Thanks, guys, for the birthday greetings. Hi, Lawrence from Ohio. Thanks for joining us. Very fun. All right, let's get into this. Tonight's cutting instructions are up on the web under blog. Reagan, actually, if you're on Facebook, has already tagged it. Julia from Texas says, that quilt is starting to look really good and colorful. I love it. I still have to kind of go, I'm going to go around and kind of move some stuff around, because I think there's too much kind of red concentrated in the middle, but I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm gonna look at moving some stuff around. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Mom. Happy birthday. Anyway, so the cutting instructions are up. Fran, your birthday's tomorrow too? Nice. Technically, you're sharing it with the featherweight doctor and her evil twin sister, Denise. But she's 3 minutes older than me, so her birthday is 3 minutes before mine. I like to point that out when it comes to key birthdays, like 40, and now we're 45. So at 50, I'm going to point it out again. Hi, Judy. Oh my gosh, we haven't sent Judy her luggage tag yet. Ray, will you make a note somewhere so we don't forget? Here, have some here. Sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to send it. Oh, Ray put a note in our thing so we don't forget you. Goodness. All right, tonight's cutting instructions are really easy. 2 pieces of fabric. We're doing a 8.5 inch white background square and a 7-inch square of your heart fabric. I did blue because, again, I have too much pinky red going on, so I did a blue one. Thanks, Faye. So I did a blue heart. You can do whatever hearts you'd like. They're on the web. Let me show you what we did here. So on the web, there's a picture that looks something like this. Okay. Actually, go low, Ray, because it's hard to see on the big camera. So it looks something like this. This is true to size. It should fit in that 7-inch square that I had you cut out for it. And what you're going to do is you're going to print it out on a piece of paper. Hi, Elizabeth. And Cindy is on. You guys are so funny. So what I'm going to have you do is print out the heart. I want you to cut it out and then fold it in half like so. And then you're going to get a piece of template plastic like I did and trace it on and cut your template plastic out. And then you're going to fold your fabric in half like so and cut your fabric out in the half heart. And then when you open it up, it's going to be your full heart. Hi, Debbie. Yes, better late than never. And hi, Bernadette. How did we have a leftover screw? Oh, I know we didn't put those little cord holders in from the motor. So you would have had a couple of leftover screws, but she's sewing fine. So that is what I care about. I had a call this morning with Bernadette, who's over in Ontario, Canada, and she was having she took her terminal receptacle out of her machine, which is the plug in the machine. She took it out to redo some of the wiring because it was a little sketchy, and then she wasn't quite sure how to put it back together. I get it. So we had a call this morning. Oh, Jennifer says, when my brother turned 50, I filled his driveway with 50 large black balloons, covered the entire driveway. That's a good sister. I like it. Hi, Ellie from Texas. I haven't seen you on here in a while. I'm glad you're here. She said, I'm actually catching you live. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining us. And Bernadette. That's what she was thinking. Good. Good. I think you're set. All right. So let's get going here. So I told you how to cut your heart out. Cut your heart out. That sounds really bad. Cut the heart out for your block. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our 8.5-inch white. Ray, go to the low camera for me. Okay, make some room on here. I'll show you how I put this on. Okay, turn the heart the right way. I'm trying to center it by eye as best as possible. It should be fairly even on this side and the top to bottom. All right, so once I kind of have it where I want it, I'm going to take some pins and pin it down so that way when I'm sewing it doesn't shift around on me. Once like so I have it pinned like so, and now I'm going to go over to my machine. Okay. And I'm going to do what I'm calling a raw edge applique technique. So I am just within 1/4 of an inch on the inside of the heart. I'm just echo quilting around the heart. Oopsie. Oh my goodness, I totally missed the needle. What am I doing without my glasses on? Can't see anything. Okay, phew. All right, I'm going to just kind of inset this. And technically, if you have the walking foot, I don't think that would be a bad plan to use the walking foot since you are sewing through multiple layers of fabric, but just in this ease of time here, I'm just gonna wing it. Oops, scissors. Hold on, need scissors. Okay. Something, would you walk us at some point around your tools, like your cutting board? I almost bought that clear cutter but wasn't sure. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Actually, let's do that on Monday, Kelly. For the Ask the Doctor, I can walk you around some of my favorite tools, like what pins I really enjoy using and what cutter. Let's do that on Monday. That's a great idea. Because I definitely have had my fair share of tools that I don't like. And nothing is worse than buying notions that you don't even like. Because it's not even like it's fun fabric. It's actually just something that kind of aids you in your sewing. Okay, so if you guys notice there, when I am doing my quilting, I like to start and stop with short stitches. I call them locking stitches, so that way things don't move around on me. So you can see I just did an inset line. So there's this. Okay. Now I'm going to pull my 9-inch backing and my batting, I'm using Warm and Natural. Just going to center everything here. All right, so quilting on this block is what I'm going to call dealer's choice. In other words, you do you, boo. I don't want to, I obviously went off the rails with my quilting, and I'm very happy to show you what it is that I did. But if that is not your jam, like if that is way, can you go to the higher camera, Susie? If that is way too much for you, then I want you to just do you. So do something simpler, you know, do maybe a cross hatch in the middle of the heart. You maybe an echo around the outer part of the heart. But I'll show you what I did, and then if you want to give it a go, you can. So what the first thing I'm going to do is I have a 3-inch circle that I'm going to draw with an erasable pen. It's going to be what I call a boundary line. So let me grab my template and my erasable pen. Raise my, thanks. So I have been using throughout this project a friction pen, friction with an X, and it goes away with the heat of the iron. And so that's how I've been, you know, doing my, can you go to the lower camera here? That's how I've been making registration lines. So all I'm going to do is put my little, I might have to move my pens actually. Put my little circle in the middle here. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring anything. And I'm going to draw a boundary circle on there. Can you see it okay? It looks like you can see it okay. Okay, I'm going to put this back in here. I was going to do the whole feathered wreath in the inside of the circle too, but I know that I haven't done any feathering on here with you guys, and it doesn't make sense with the other pieces that I've done, other types of quilting that I've done on the other blocks. Go high again, sweet pea. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, actually while you're here, I'm going to try and scooch. Nope. Hang on, sorry guys, trying to give you the best angle possible. Okay, so because on some of my other blocks, why the white thread, Lawrence wants to know. I've only used white thread on this project, that's why. I actually, on the other piece, I used black to, go ahead to low camera, honey, to do my stitch line down before the quilting, and I did that because on the Route 66, which is the only other raw edge applique, I used black also. So that's the reason why I used black on the outside line, and then I used white because that's the only color thread I've been using. So the reason why I had you do this is because on the other blocks where we've done free motion quilting, I have done this weaving pattern back and forth. Okay, Ray, go high again. So for instance, on this block, you can see, okay, low, sorry, Ray. She's like, geez. I did that same weaving pattern here on this block. So I wanted some consistency. It's okay, friends, to mix technique when it comes to quilting, but you don't want it to be kind of like a mess because you have too many different types of techniques. I think you can easily mix 2 or 3 together, really not anything more than that. I notice you always turn your hand wheel towards you. I did some research and didn't realize that you are not supposed to turn the wheel backwards, Miss Jennifer. Maybe that's why I keep having thread. Yes, that is exactly why you keep having problems in the thread area. When you roll the hand wheel away from yourself, you actually are wrapping thread behind the bobbin assembly, and eventually you'll have a thread jam and you'll have to get your tweezers out and your flashlights and get all the thread out. So it's always over the top towards you. So when I'm coming to a place where I want to slow down, I always use the hand wheel to roll to the place that I want to stop at. So, Ray, can you get me oh, wait, never mind. I got it. I'm underprepared. It's not like me. All right, so I'm gonna get my blue painter's tape and cover my feed dogs up because we're gonna do free motion quilting. Here. You don't need a big piece of tape, just enough to cover the dogs. I'm moving my stitch regulator lever to what I call dead horizon, which is right in the middle, so not reverse, not forward, but right in the middle. Put my little thing on. Oh, what happened? Okay, I'll bring my threads up. There we go. All right, so we drew this little circle in the center here. We are not going to quilt over it. It's just a boundary telling us where the middle is. Oh, the other thing we need to do is draw a quick little plus in the middle so I know when to change direction. So let me find a little, there's my pen. I need a ruler. Okay, so I'm just going to draw, again, I'm not being real scientific about this. You could be if you wanted to be, there's nothing wrong with that. So now I'm putting a plus in the middle with my pen, that goes away. All right, so now I'm just going to start off here at the bottom of the project. And I'm going to bring my threads up to the top and do my little locking stitches. Oops. Sorry, my computer just shut down. Oh, yes. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, the painter's tape is better than a metal plate because what happens eventually with the metal plate is that screw loosens up and then it scratches your machine up. I don't like anything that attaches to the bed of the machine that could potentially scratch my machine. Especially on some of my more collectible ones like this machine, I would never put any kind of metal on the paint. So all I'm doing is kind of weaving in this little quadrant up and down. Okay, so this quadrant is done. I'm just going to end needle down, and I'm actually going to rotate the little square because I'm not dealing with a big quilt. I don't have to worry about moving bulk around. Hi, Betsy Davis, and she says hi, Ray. From cold Maine, 16 degrees tonight. Eek, that sounds cold. I'll show you guys what I'm doing here as soon as I'm at a place. I have to tell you, doing free motion on this little machine is like my happy place. It literally just makes my heart happy to do this. Oh, I can't see my line. Where'd my line go? To do this project with y'all. Okay, I'm doing this in a continuous line basis, so I'm purposefully weaving so that I stop and start at the right quadrant. Another reason to use the white thread is because it really shows off the quilting. If I would have used a dark blue, which is the color of this fabric, then you wouldn't be able to see it as well, and I really want it to be an artistic appointment in the quilting. Okay. Can you guys see this? I am right back to where I started. Isn't that cute? Little circle. Thanks, Kelly. She goes, that's so darn clever. Just lovely. Joanne says, I need to order that foot. I have a few of them. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the half of the feather on this side. I'm basically just doing one half of the feather. I'm not obviously completing it because there's some different fill on the inside. Feathering is what I would call, go to the high camera for me, sweetie. Feathering is what I would call an advanced technique, so please do not be intimidated by this. You can absolutely use a pen that disappears, whether it be the water-soluble one or this friction one, which goes away with the heat of the iron. In order to practice, I would highly, if you want to bite this off, practice on the paper, on the pattern, which is basically wide open, that I put online. So practice here first on what you're thinking you might want to do, how you want to cover this with quilting. Again, I did the feathering on the inside, and then I'm going to do a stipple in that background area. Okay, you can go low again, sweet pea. So what I'm going to do is take, so I'm going to just start I want to make sure I address every single element as its own artistic appointment here. I'll show you what I'm doing as soon as I get this top done. Okay. I know I make this look easy, and this is not an easy technique. But I've been at this for about 25 years. So, okay, so just here at the top, I'm gonna do, I'll show you a little curl. Okay, like so. Oop. So I'll show you what I've done up to this point. Might be able to see it better from the back. So this is the part I've done so far. This is my front. Isn't that cute? So on this side, I'm going to go the opposite direction and work my way up into the top. Can you say that? Oh, the foot is called a darning foot. Kelly goes, come on, get out. It's a darning foot. We have them available on our website, featherweightdoctor.com. Kelly goes, I can't even draw that. Sometimes I can't even draw it either, but I can quilt it. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of sick like that in the head. I don't know. Usually I do one side really well and the other side is like, meh, not as good. Okay. So, let's see here. I could try to go up the other side. When I was first learning how to do feathers, I actually started them on paper first, way before I went to the sewing machine. Suanne, hi! I miss you. Oh, you're on vacation in Utah. Okay, I get it. I'll let it go this once. Uh-oh. Wah! Rookie move, hold on. Hold please. I just ran out of binding, or bobbin thread, of course. Let me just run one of these real quick. Can you go to the high camera so we can see already there? All right, guys, sorry, I ran out of bobbin in the last, 10 inches here. It never, ever fails. Suanne says, I'm sewing right now. Aww. You brought your 221 on vacation with you, Suanne? Well, duh. What else would you do with your time? All right. My plan, just so everybody knows, for Friday's Sip and Sew is to do an official twin birthday party on the Sip and Sew. And I think since we're going into Idaho and Denise and Dave are already there, we are going to, her and I will be on together, but at her place there in Coeur d'Alene. Yay, it'll be so much fun. She's so funny. I was talking to her tonight and I'm like, do you even have a featherweight with you? She goes, no, could you bring one for me? Oh, you are hand tensioning. For the, oh, I do. Yes, that's a little secret. Why did I never mention that before? I like my my bobbins really tight, and so I will give it extra tension by holding the thread up off of the Aurifil spool. So not only it gets a nice tight bobbin, but I also can get more thread on the bobbin if it's nice and tightly wound. Good catch. Talk about putting your brain in reverse. Bridget, I'm sorry. All right, let me just pick up where I left off here. Starting back a few stitches, and I'm going to make some tight little stitches to lock everything down, since I obviously didn't know my bobbin was going to run out. One of the reasons why a lot of people like free motioning on these featherweights over their modern machines is they run at a much more moderate pace. They're not so fast that you feel like it's out of control. Although this particular spool belt is not one of the slower ones. But people really enjoy the nice, medium cadence to them. Oh, it's turned out cute. Okay, so here we go. Go low camera for me, sweet pea. All right, here she is. That's the heart. You know what I could do for you guys if you wanted is I could draw my quilting stitches on, upload a secondary document to the blog, and that way you guys could practice following along with a pen. Do you guys want to do that? I can do that. Oh, Suanne said, normal, your black 221 seems to go way faster than my white. Yeah, it's this particular machine. Okay, go high, honey. Is really fast. It's one of the reasons why she's my favorite. I know I'm not supposed to play favorites here in the orphanage, but I do. She is one of my favorite machines. Kim says, oh, yes, Sue, listen to your friend Kim. Check out the site. Jennifer says, fun party time. Becky says, yes, please. All right, so I think we're going to be together on Friday. All right, the next thing I need to do on this, what time is it? Oh, I'm way past time. So I'm not going to do the stippling in the background. You guys, I'll post a picture of the finished block. Did I show you guys the finished block from last week? Because we did some free motion on last week's block. Low camera for me, sweetie. Look! Didn't that turn out so cute? Love it. Nancy, I will do that. I'll draw on the pattern, and that way you guys can practice tracing it and help with your free motion stuff. Cool. All right, go high camera for me again, sweetie. All right. Reg must love it when I'm like telling her what to do. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. She says, uh-huh. Lauren says, nicely done. Really pretty. Thank you. All right, so I'll draw out the thing tonight and then upload a secondary document onto the blog for you guys to practice doing some drawing with. And then Friday will be the sip and sew. I should be on Instagram at 3:50. We're leaving for Idaho earlier in the day in case the mountain pass between us and Sandpoint is sketchy. Why is she faster? So that's an interesting question. And I don't know if I completely have a good answer for you. For some reason, every one of these machines has a different personality for some reason. Like your kids, you know, they come from the same parents. Some of them come from the same parents, mine do. And yet my children are night and day different in terms of their personality. The only thing I can think of is that these machines, depending on how they were treated and how they were cared for over the years, some of them just move faster. And so that's why when you buy a featherweight, you could sit in front of 10 different featherweights and have 10 different sewing experiences, and then until you find the one that seems to fit the way that your current skill level and how fast you like your machines. I am an expert user, so I like my machines fast. My modern machine is brand new, burning a 770 QE, because I like my machines fast. And that's one of the reasons why this school bell, this 1934 school bell, is one of my favorite machines, because she even moves faster than my fancy 222. So it's actually kind of a draw for me which one I'd rather use, my 222 or the school bell. You can speed some of them up by doing things like keeping them well oiled and making sure your motor has enough grease, and doing a service on your motor every 6 months will help keep the motor in good shape. But some ladies just like a slower machine. Like I have had some friends over the years that were more beginner level, and they wanted a more moderate cadence machine. They didn't want the ones that would, go Mach 2 with your hair on fire, like the ones I like. So it just depends. Oh, you want me to? Okay. Ray's like, I'm going to go now. So, yes, I'm saying you need more featherweights. I'm just kidding. But when I sell a featherweight to someone, I make sure I know how the user is going to use it. And I also make sure I know what type of speed they like. Because I won't sell a machine to someone that I think isn't going to like the machine and the way that it runs down the road. Especially if they're planning on using the machine and it's not just I need my birth year, or I'm looking for the special badge or whatever. So this machine fits how I like to quilt really well, and I have 6 other ones in my collection that are great machines, but they're more of a collection machine. You'll rarely see me use another one outside of my 222 or my school bell. So that's a good question. All right, guys. Yes, Jennifer, dress up for the party. I'll probably have a dress on, since that'll be the birthday for this year. Thanks, COVID. All right, guys. I'm going to let you all off now. Thanks for hanging with me for so long. And thanks for asking such good questions, too. I'm going to go ahead and get that other paper uploaded before I start dinner with the quilting, with the Quilt As You Go directions. And then we'll talk again on Friday with my evil twin sister. So have a good night, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday.